Good afternoon. With me today I have Rob, John, Sharon, Ariana, Lori, and behind the camera is Kat. Alright, I want to start today by asking a question. The question is, what is the key to a long and healthy life? Now, the answer might not be as hard as you think. It's not a magic drink or a fountain of youth. It's running. Now, I know when bringing up running, usually it brings up a lot of excuses, such as it's hot outside, or I just don't have the time, or I don't have anything to wear. But really when it comes down to it, it's all about doing what's important. And as world-class distance runner Kara Goucher said in an article on verywell.com, that's the thing about running. Your greatest runs are rarely measured in racing success. They are moments in time when running allows you to see how wonderful your life is. I've been running for most of my life and have experienced all the benefits that come from exercising regularly. So today, I want to show you why running is important, give you a plan on starting, and finally, I want to explain how running will benefit your life. So I want to start with the first question, which is, why is running important? Dr. William O. Roberts says in an article on Runner's World, when you think of exercise as investment in health, it pays a dividend in reduced blood pressure, reduced body fat, reduced insulin resistance, improved sleep, improved mood, and reduced morbidity at the end of life. Behind me is a chart showing the obesity levels from 1971 to 2012. You'll see in 1971 the rate was around 11%, whereas in 2011, 2012 it was at 35%. Now, one way of getting this rate down would just be to have people go out and exercise or run, because that would really improve their quality of life. Being overweight or obese not only reduces your quality of life, it can also lead to a shorter lifespan overall. Besides a reduced quality in life, it can also lead to an increase in medical costs, which can be very expensive. As Dr. Roberts also said in his article for Runner's World, when you think of exercise as medicine, it is cheap, relatively easy, and accessible. Now I want to share with you a story about my personal experience with obesity. This story occurred a few years back. It was at a team exercise at a place in Atlanta called Dave & Buster's. The goal of this was a team building exercise. We all got together and we did some team building exercises. At the end of it, we had a game. And the object of the game was to go out and play all the other games. And we had a list that showed questions. And every game we went to, we had to answer a question based on the game. So there was teams of 3, and in our team it was me and another colleague, and the third colleague who was very obese. And we started the game, had a great time. We ran from one game to another because the object of the game was to do it as fast as possible. So we went through and we did the game, we had a great time. And at the end of the game, me and my colleague were sitting and enjoying ourselves, had a great time, whereas the third colleague, he was sitting on the floor, he was covered in sweat, he was having difficulty breathing. And it really made me realize that he shouldn't be like that. You know, he should be able to go out and have fun and do the things he wants to do in life. And just being obese like that didn't allow him to do just simple things, fun things. And he should really think about running and exercising, because things like that, it improves their quality of life, it improves his health. You know, he's sick all the time. He does call in sick a lot of times at work, and I know that he'd have a better quality of life if he went out and he ran. So that's something that we really have to think about, because it's about quality of life. So, like I said, think about running or exercise as a way to stay healthy, but also think of it as a way to be able to go out and do the things that you really want to do in life. So, now that we have discussed why running is important, let's set a plan for how to start. Sometimes the hardest part of doing something new is just getting into the routine. So a good plan for running should be a plan that is easy and convenient. any excuses for why you can't go out and run. One thing you should always think about when you're thinking of a plan is to not think about how fast you're going. It shouldn't be about speed. Your goal should be to just go out and have a good time. Now here I have a Couch to 5K training plan. It's a 10-week plan. And the object of the plan is for you to start very light. First day you do a 5-minute walk, 2-minute jog, 5-minute walk. The object of it is to gradually increase your speed and your distance over time so that by the time the race day comes at the end of week 10, you're able to do it relatively easy. So just remember that your goal is to just do the distance. Don't think about it as how fast you're going to do it or anything like that. You want to feel challenged and happy. In an article on Runner's World, Jimmy Hadfield says about running, start from where you are fitness-wise. Gradually build your running base over time based on your body's response. And aim to finish feeling challenged and happy, not spent and cranky. So just remember that you want to wake up the next morning ready to run again, not never wanting to do it at all. So, with the importance of running and a plan established, now let's look at several key ways to stay in the routine. So, here are a few things that you can do to stay motivated and keep running. First thing is to find support. It's always better to run if you're running with other people, because it's much easier to go out there and run when you know somebody else is going through it just like you are. The second one is don't push yourself too hard. When you want to go out there and run, just run and have fun. Don't push yourself. The final thing is to keep track of your runs. It's always good to be able to see how you're doing and how you're improving over time. There's nothing better than to get a personal record to keep you going. So, in conclusion, I want to close today by saying just how important running has been in my life. I've made a lot of friends through running. I've had many amazing experiences. This is what I really wanted to talk to you about today with running. I wanted to talk to you today about running, and it has been such a blessing in my life. It's brought me a lot of joy, and I want everyone to have those great experiences as well. We've discussed why running is important and how it will benefit your life. We've also discussed about how to find a plan that will work for you. And finally, we've talked about several key ways to stay motivated and make running a part of your life. I urge all of you to get a plan together and to give running a try. It has been a wonderful part of my life, and I know that it would be a wonderful